has that ability, very charming, to make you feel a little special.
That is a gift. And when you see it in
gift.
person, that is definitely a cool thing to be on the receiving end of. Well, we'll have more on Kobe's legacy ahead at 5:30. We'll hear from one of Kobe's biggest rivals on something he told him years ago about dying young.
Right now, we want to get a check of some of the other top headlines on this Monday evening. And for that, Sarah Schuckman has made her way to the news desk. Sarah, hello.
Hello to both of you. Let's get into the headlines. Here's what's hot today. We are getting the first look at dash cam video after Kareem Hunt was pulled over in Rocky River last week. He tells the police officer he was speeding to make a flight. The officer found a backpack with marijuana inside, which Hunt says is his brother's. He wasn't charged for it, but the officer tells Hunt not to screw up his season over a bag of weed. President Trump's legal team began its second day of defense today at his Senate impeachment trial. While calls are intensifying for witnesses to appear in the trial, the president's attorneys have focused on his rights and due process, executive privilege, and the role of his personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani. Over the weekend, reports broke saying former National Security Advisor John Bolton wrote in drafts of his new book that President Trump wanted to hold nearly $400 million in aid until Ukraine, until the country had announced an investigation into the Bidens. Well, Barberton Councilman Sean Rocky Jaber is putting his city salary to other uses. Instead of taking the paycheck home, Jaber has promised to donate the money while he was campaigning for his council seat, and he's making good on that promise. This month, he sent a check for more than $1,000 to Barberton High School to cover all school lunch debt for the entire school year. And you know, he's got to be winning over some very young voters, too, because forgetting lunch money is just the worst.
It is.
Yeah, no question. That's a good cause, too. We've learned in the past that
Yes,
can be
we
troublesome.
have.
Keep that money at home.
Sarah, thanks so much.
Yep.
From the headlines, we pivot to Stephanie Haney. Stephanie giving us a sneak peek of what's clicking in Cleveland. Happy Monday to you, Stephanie.
Happy Monday, Jay. Happy Monday, Betsy. Here's what's trending today. Starlink was actually trending on Twitter here in Cleveland because SpaceX had to delay the launch of a couple dozen satellites. This is part of its mission to bring internet to the entire world, so hopefully they have better weather tomorrow. We'll be keeping an eye on that. Also clicking today, an assistant basketball coach who is very close to our 3 News family talks about how Kobe Bryant will be remembered, and we have a story about looking to the future on National Holocaust Remembrance Day. That's coming up.
It's also Money Monday on What's New, and we have 3 easy things you can do right now to save you more than $1,000 by the end of the year.
I'm in. I'm in on that, and I know Matt wins his too, because who doesn't want an extra $1,000?
Yeah, I haven't met anyone that hasn't yet, so I'll keep asking. I'm 0 for 21 so far. Traffic, not too bad so far, guys. Roads starting to fill up, obviously. Peak rush hour between 5, 6:30, so we're starting to see some slowdowns. 271 south as you're merging into 480, typically a slow spot. They've got that all cleared up with all the construction as you head southbound, but still some slowdowns. And out in Lorain County along Route 20, we've got some slowdowns between West 212th Street and the Valley Parkway area, but overall, everything is green and clean on area roadways. We'll send it out to break.
Our Stephanie's back now with what else is clicking in Cleveland. A lot of folks letting their comments, their feelings be known about Kobe Bryant's death.
That's true. And, up until a few years ago when he retired, which was not that long ago from the NBA, Kobe Bryant was really front and center for a whole generation of student athletes, professional basketball lovers, and that includes our sports analyst here, Ben Axelrod, and his younger brother, Nate Axelrod, who, by the way, is one of the top D3 basketball players of his time and is now the assistant men's basketball coach at Ohio Wesleyan. So Ben talked with Nate today about remembering Kobe. Here's a quick clip from that.
Just how do you think he'll ultimately be remembered?
His competitiveness, his work ethic, his drive, it's something that can kind of relate to not just athletes, but people in their lives. He left his mark not only on the game of basketball, but on the world. Like he won an Oscar. He was a great teacher to his daughter after he retired, and he'll just be greatly missed all around.
He really will. And that Oscar that he won, that was in 2018 for the best animated short film that year, and that was for Dear Basketball, which was based on the letter that he wrote to the Players Tribune. That was after he decided to retire from the NBA. From looking back at remembering Kobe Bryant to looking forward on another very important day of remembrance, today is National Holocaust Remembrance Day. A lot of people clicking on this story today. 75 years ago today, many people were freed from the last concentration camp at Auschwitz in occupied Poland. Today, survivors went back there, and they're looking towards the future. They're focusing on educating a new generation and making people aware of signs of anti-Semitism and hatred.
60% of millennials, which is between 80 and 34, don't know that Auschwitz existed. We need to teach our children what words, what racism, what lies meant.
So we did lose millions in the Holocaust, as we know, and people are being educated on that as well. So over 200 survivors were expected to return there today, and they weren't going alone. They were bringing their kids, their grandkids, and even great-grandkids with them there today.
It is so important to remember. I mean, that's how you learn, right? You learn from your past, and it's so incredibly important to instill that in our children.
Yes, taking that moment, focusing on the future, how they can take back that power and make sure those stories continue to live.
Wow.
True. Thank you.
It's kind of, the older we get,
right?
the further away we are from it.
is.
But it's hard to believe that number is that high of 18 to 34-year-olds that don't know Auschwitz existed.
So we pivot again, and now we're going to try and pick things up a little bit.
Yeah, help us, please.
And now we talk about clouds. What's going on here?
Let's look how beautiful it is behind us with the CSU camp.
You told me a neat stat, though.
Yeah.
Am I outing you? Are you
No, not at all.
Later?
Not at all.
Okay.
I've got another neat stat.
Oh, okay.
82 hours that we've spent in a row is still going between 34, 35, or 36 degrees at Cleveland Hopkins.
3 degrees, 82 hours.
For almost 4 straight days now.
That's rare. I would imagine that almost never happens.
There's no fluctuation between it. And the other thing is these clouds have been sticking around. They're just so stubborn. So I think everyone wondering, what do we have in the future? I mean, this has been so stagnant of a pattern. Do you have a word of the day?
I do. Today's Mentor Monday.
Yeah.
Oh.
So not the town.
That's where I was going with it.
Mentor, not mentor.
Mentor the person.
Mentor.
Got it.
Let's see what you can do with that, Matt.
All right. Oh, boy, this is tricky. Not just a forecast, but we've got that tough word today, Jay. You might stump me. All right, another stat for you real quick out the door. Days 25 degrees or colder from December to February. That's meteorological winter, right? We averaged 15 days below 25 degrees. This winter, how many have we had? 0.
Wow, that's stunning.
Isn't that insane? Our coldest temperature so far this year in terms of high temperatures has been 26 degrees. In terms of cloud cover, we've been stuck with it. You're looking for these dots in the cloudy or mostly cloudy category. Look at that. For 2 weeks now, we've been stuck with mostly cloudy or cloudy skies. And yeah, that continues. That stubborn area low pressure we had last week, way off to the north now, but we've got a flow that just brings this cloud cover and a little bit of lingering moisture out over the lake. We've seen periodic lake effect snow showers and flurries, some light accumulations out east as expected, but overall, this trend's going to continue, but it's not going to be a whole lot to write home about. And the good news is our temperatures are what have been kind of the saving grace for the snow that we've seen the last 2 days as they remain at or above freezing, again, between 36 and 34 degrees, and they're going to stay there over the next couple hours, so not anticipating any activity on the roads to be of treacherous nature or anything like that. There's your temps tonight, 33, 34-ish, somewhere in there. We've got clouds hanging around, and as we go throughout the day tomorrow, I'm going to need a good mentor to come up with that. To come up with new ways to produce. I know she can. She's great. To come up with new ways to present this forecast, because it's the same old song and dance tomorrow and Wednesday as well. Universal Windows Direct 7-day forecast. We may see the sun. Don't get too excited. We may see the sun on Wednesday, and then we're back to the clouds later this week. And we'll talk more about next half hour, but a storm system to watch this weekend could bring us some rain and snow chances. A little bit more activity around here. Betsy.
Right. Remember Lamb Chop and Miss Shirley?
I do.
And the song that never ends.
That never ends.
It is a song that never ends.
Absolutely.
There's your earworm for the day. Lucky you. Well, here's a fun fact for everybody. Jay and I both graduated from Bowling Green State University, so Mike Polk decided to take a trip to our alma mater.
Oh, boy.
And Mike, I hear you have some surprises up your sleeve.
I got a lot of great friends here, you guys, who are all here, and they're so excited about you guys and your new adventure on What's New. In fact, I've
Sure
got
they are.
the Freddie and they Frida here right now. Look at these two mascots.
Yeah.
That's the lady one. You can tell it has a bow. Anyways, we are all very excited for you, as you can imagine. Freddie and Frida, are you guys stoked? Yes, they are. Look at that.
They're thrilled.
I've been traveling around getting information on campus about you guys. I talked to some people who know you and want to wish you well. If you'll stay tuned for later on in the program, you're going to hear from some of those people. We might hear a little some secrets about Jay and Betsy if you stay tuned. Are you guys excited for What's New? Yeah! We'll see you guys in a little bit.
That?
Right?
Stick around.
Here's
right.
What's
We have
New.
a
We're
big
going to talk
budget.
to some
We
old
have a big
alumni.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, wait, Betsy and Jay who? Okay, sure. It's Money Monday, and that means we are coming back with 3 easy, everyday ways that you can save cash. These are great tips. I peeked ahead, Betsy.
Bring it.
They've addressed the technology.
Welcome back to What's New. It is Money Monday. We start every week with a few helpful tips to put more cash in your pocket.
Yay.
And we have 3 terrific money-saving tips for this Monday.
Yep.
guess who's here? Kevin Meyerhoff, and he's a retired CPA and a certified financial planner, and he's going to help us start the week. So this is interesting. You have something called the 52-week money challenge that is really going to be a noticeable difference if you can stick to this.
Yeah, it's amazing what this does.
Right.
So we're in January, right? You would have started the first week of January. You would put $1 in this
Jay
bank,
is
right?
contributing money for this.
And then if you
$1.
week 2, you put $2 in.
And don't steal
week
out of the
3,
piggy
you'd
bank.
put $3 in, and so on, until if you do that every week and you put that amount of money in, by the end of the year, you will have a whopping $1,378.
That's unbelievable.
The last week of the year, you put in $52.
Right, and even if some people say, well, $50 is a lot to put away, even if you eliminate that last month, that's only $200, right?
Yeah.
You still have over $1,000.
That's a great tip.
So
It
what's
really
another way
is.
we can add money to that bank?
Well, lunches.
Yes.
When you go to work and then you go out for lunch, the average lunch is roughly $11.
That wins.
The lunch you
That
pick,
is cheap.
The lunch you pack is only $6, so that's a $5 savings.
We're packing.
Per day.
Per day.
Wow, that adds up really
Or
quickly.
it's $25 per week. Or
Don't you love props?
You're like Vanna White right now, turning letters.
$1,300 for the year. So
That's a huge
if you
savings.
do the challenge and you do this, you're talking $2,600.
And it's
a big
such
deal.
a simple little adjustment. Okay, now your last tip is it doesn't matter how much you're adding to it, just put money in to an investment account, a retirement account.
Yeah, like your 401k. A lot of people got bonuses now. Instead
Sure.
of taking that whole 3% bonus, take 1% of that and just put it away, add it to increase what goes in your retirement account. If you have $50,000, that's worth another $500 a year.
That's a really awesome thing to talk about. And I think, little steps for big investment, big bang on the other end of things.
That's right. Most people try to do too much too quickly. I'm going to start doing $100 the first week and
Too
$200 and $300. And then
It bogs down. Yeah,
and they
so much
quit,
for that.
Right?
Yeah. I like this because you ease into that last month.
Right.
Like right now, the first month you only put away $10.
Yep.
But by the end, if you can stick to it, you have $1,300. Kevin, those are great tips.
Yep, and it's contagious.
Betsy, we're rich.
It's
We are
contagious.
rich.
We are.
Thank
We're
you,
getting
Kevin.
Better. Thank you so much for that. Well, it is Mentor Monday, and you are kind of our financial
He's our
mentor.
money
So
mentor.
we appreciate
Glad to be.
that. Yeah, and ahead for you all, we're going to tell you how you can help young students who are getting ready to head off to college.
Also, Betsy, we're going to have more on the tragic passing of Kobe Bryant, how the Grammys honored Kobe in the building he once dominated. Do I even have that in there?
Yeah.
I do.
Did you guys say Shirley?
And now, live from WKYC Studios, this is What's New with Betsy Kling and Jay Crawford.
Well, here's what we have for you coming up in this next half hour. It was a tough night last night at the Grammys.
It really was.
I mean, they were in the Staples Center. It was Kobe's house. So many artists ended up dedicating their performances to Kobe Bryant.
Very emotional night. Plus, Mike Polk is live in Bowling Green. He's been digging up past secrets of
This
Betsy
is
and
kind
I.
of terrifying, actually.
It's extremely terrifying. Also, today is Men Are Monday. Mike will join us live. Today is Men Are Monday, and we're going to tell you how you can inspire young kids that are heading off to college. This is a very important thing. That if you have time and you want to be a volunteer,
it's a
really good program. But we start this half hour with more on the tragic death of Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, and 7 others after the helicopter that they were traveling in yesterday crashed near Los Angeles. Initial reaction from those that knew Kobe to those that followed every step of his Hall of Fame career was just utter shock and disbelief. But as the reports were confirmed, large crowds began gathering outside the Staples Center, the building Kobe brought to its feet countless times. Messages of grief have been pouring in from those that competed with him and against him.
The news is just devastating to everybody who knew him, known him a long time.
This sounds crazy, but Kobe spoke this. He spoke this. He used to say all the time, I want to die young. I thought he was he used to say, I want to die young. I want to be immortalized. And, you know, I want to have my career be better than Michael Jordan, and I want to die young.
I listened to an interview that was played back last night from 2013, and it was a bit eerie listening to it because in the interview, Kobe said, as he was starting to talk about his own career coming to an end, someone said, well, then we'll get to watch you be human and grow old like everyone else. And it was the end of the interview, and he sort of chuckled and said, the goal is for that not to happen.
Right.
And sadly, it won't.
Well, I think a lot of people at this point, you know, you have to remember what an incredible legacy he leaves behind. Think positive things. You know, he's got his Mambo Academy that he is instilling all these great values and work ethic values in young people who are just starting their journey in the basketball career that they want or in the athletic career that they want. That is a big deal, and that's a big thing to remember in all of this. He's living his life, he's living his dream, and now he's letting other kids live their dream too. I just think
what's
that's
amazing,
so cool.
He didn't have a son, 4 daughters, and Gianna was a huge fan of basketball.
She wanted to go to UConn.
That was her plan, was to one day play at UConn, and he became a huge advocate for the WNBA, knowing that that would likely be the path that Gianna took if she indeed became good enough to play professionally. Quick memories for me, his night of 81 points, which is unbelievable. It's second only to Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. In his last night out, as everybody was reporting and writing, it's time for him to go, he's lost a step. Kobe went out and showed everyone they were wrong. He dropped 60 points.
Incredible.
And the other thing I'll remember, he always played hurt. He tore his Achilles in a game. When you leave a game, if you can't shoot free throws, you can't come back in the game.
Right.
He knew it was torn, but he wasn't ready to absolutely tap out for the game, so he went to the free throw line with a torn Achilles on one foot, shot the 2 free throws, just in case he might be able to muster up the strength to come back.
Tape it. It'll be fine.
Amazing.
Tape it, ice it. It's all good.
He will be
certainly
missed.
Very tough guy out there. And you know, the interesting thing I think is we bring Stephanie Haney into the conversation here. A lot of people, you know, he just played here. He was a Laker. But you kind of have this identity with him and this connection to him, even though he wasn't from Cleveland or visited here too terribly often.
You're right. People all over the country are sharing their experiences that molded the way they'll remember Kobe Bryant. Northeast Ohio is no different. And it also transcends basketball, to be honest. Our quarterback, Cleveland Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield, tweeted how Kobe will be remembered by him. He said that Kobe was his idol, point blank, and that it was all about mentality, really taught him how to have that athlete mentality, and that he sends love and respect to number 8 and number 24 forever. And if you looked up from your phone last night, if you were in downtown Cleveland, you looked up at the Terminal Tower, you saw that it was lit up purple and gold to honor the legend here. Locally, women's college basketball organizations also honored him. The College of Worcester women's basketball account wrote, "Thank you, Kobe, for all you did for the game that we love. Hashtagging more than basketball. Hashtagging you will be missed." Baldwin-Wallace also got in on that with their women's basketball program, tweeting, "A sad day to shock the basketball community," quoting that famous quote from 1997 where Kobe said, "I don't want to be the next Michael Jordan. I only want to be Kobe Bryant." Kobe Bryant. And the tributes, they weren't just online. Everyone at the Staples Center last night for the 62nd Annual Grammy Awards had Mamba on their minds, along with the late rapper Nipsey Hussle, who previously had a tribute planned for him. Here's your pop break.
Music's Big Nights was full of tributes, starting off with a touching performance in honor of basketball legend Kobe Bryant by Alicia Keys and Boyz II Men.
It's so hard to survive 2 years
Before the show got going, the house that Kobe built sat in complete silence, and then Lizzo paid her respects.
Tonight is for Kobe. I'm crying 'cause I love you.
Rapper Nipsey Hussle was also honored during the ceremony after he was shot and killed in March. Hussle was awarded 2 Grammys posthumously for his songs Racks in the Middle and Higher. The artist and community activist was also honored with a stunning performance from John Legend, DJ Khaled, and Meek Mill, all introduced by award-winning director Ava DuVernay.
We keep going higher. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle.
While performing their hit single, Old Town Road, Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus placed a 24 jersey on stage to pay homage to Kobe before taking home Grammys for both Best Music Video and Best Pop Duo Group Performance. After the show, Cyrus tweeted that he dedicated his award to Mamba and his daughter Gianna, who was on the helicopter with him, and the others who all died in the crash.
Billy Cyrus with that tweet afterwards, it wasn't just on the stage. People were talking about it all night, honoring him on the red carpet, at the after parties after they accepted their awards. Everyone was talking about it.
Yeah. So odd to have that right there in the Staples Center on the very day. That's a big event.
One more page to the sad drama. He was eligible to go into the Hall of Fame this year. And he certainly would have been a first ballot. He definitely will now.
Right.
Posthumously, but never got to see the day where he was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield, Mass.
Definitely has been a big story for us throughout the day today, certainly. Thank you very much, Stephanie. Appreciate that. And our Russ Mitchell has been monitoring other top stories going on today, and he joins us live now from his desk in the newsroom. Russ, Kevin Meyerhoff was here, and he said, boy, this coronavirus really did a number on the markets today. This is a very big story. It's having impacts more than just health in China.
Yeah, it did. In a few hours, we'll know what it's doing in the overnight markets in China as well. Betsy, good afternoon. Jay, good afternoon to you as well. Here's what is happening. The U.S. is asking those traveling to China to reconsider as they raise their travel advisory amid the coronavirus spread. The death toll in China rose to 81 today. Sri Lanka also reported its first case. In the U.S., the CDC reports 5 confirmed cases with 72 more pending. The chimney where Port Clinton teen Harley Dilley was found dead was removed this morning. Port Clinton police say this was out of respect for Harley's family, who lived just steps away from the home on Fulton Street. Harley's body was found in the chimney 2 weeks ago today. He had been missing since December 20th. And the New York Times reports the White House legal team is scrambling after yesterday's report that a new book by former National Security Advisor John Bolton says President Trump told him he withheld aid for Ukraine pending Ukraine's announcement of an investigation into the Bidens. That money was eventually released without the announcement. President Trump denying all of this today. Democrats want to call Bolton as a witness in the impeachment trial, and some Republicans are now perhaps reconsidering whether they want to call those witnesses in trial. Earlier they said perhaps they do not want to call witnesses right now. We're going to have more on this tonight on Channel 3 News at 6. A developing story there, and as we speak right now, the impeachment trial, which is started at 1 o'clock today, is still going on, expected to go until about 9 o'clock tonight.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you, Russ. We appreciate it. Well, Betsy, we both graduated from Bowling Green State University. It's a big part of both of our lives.
Proudly, yes.
Yeah. Well, Mike Polk is there right now, and I'm told he has a surprise for us. I'm afraid. I'm very afraid.
He said he met people that knew us.
That's
so
scary.
That's kicking it old school. Matt, How's the weather looking? I can't. I'm just so distracted by that video.
I can't wait to see what he comes up with. Weather, not a whole lot going on. We've got the clouds, some lake effect snow showers and flurries, but what's this? This is perhaps a big storm off the East Coast as we go on into next weekend. Is it true? Is it false? What are the models saying? We'll detail the extended forecast coming up after the break.
What does it mean? What does it all mean?
Chaos.
Well, today's pop quiz question is, of course, in honor of Kobe Bryant. He won the NBA Slam Dunk Contest here in Cleveland in 1997 with some sick moves. He was the youngest player to win it. How old was he? 17, 18, or 19? Yes, those are your only choices. He was either 17, 18, or 19. It's just a tribute to his awesomeness. Cast your vote at WKYC.com/trivia. We'll be right back.
So good.
All right, everybody, it's time to answer our pop quiz question. We asked you, how old was Kobe Bryant when he won the NBA Slam Dunk Contest when the All-Star Game was here in Cleveland? The answer?
It's 18.
18.
I was there covering the event, and I remember I initially was going to say 17. He came into the league at 17.
Right.
He turned 18
He's
during
just
his
a baby.
rookie season. They honored that year because it was the 50th anniversary, I believe, of the NBA that year, and they honored like the 50 greatest players all time. And I just remember thinking,
Here he comes.
This kid's going to be in the top 10 one day. This kid is amazing.
He's moving up the list, definitely.
Yeah, and he definitely is.
Did you know that Matt Wentz is actually quite a baller? He can play some ball.
Someone told me that. Yeah, someone told me that.
I thought that move that you did around the world with the slam, that just sealed the deal
pretty
for
impressive.
me.
That was with my dinner.
It was only a 7-foot goal.
Right.
That was my dinner the other night.
But it's all good.
I played bench in high school, and I averaged about 2.8 points a game.
Woo!
Yeah, I was a real contributor, but I hustled. That's all that matters. Kids, listen, you average 2 points a game, just hustle. You'll be fine. The coach will still like you. Hey, when was the last time, this is a quiz for you, when was the last time that we saw the sunshine around here? Jay,
Never.
Betsy?
I think it was November.
Not true. Last May was the last time we saw
I knew
the sun.
it.
Memorial Day, yeah. I can't confirm that, yes or no. But anyway, temperatures, we talked about this earlier. We are now up to 82 straight hours between 34 and 36 degrees at Hopkins Airport. I think we've got a little longevity to this. I think we're going to go a little bit further here tonight before we drop, I think, 33, 32 here after the midnight hour. But the big picture, oh my gosh, we are just socked into clouds. It's so easy to do this time of year. There's not a lot of solar radiation coming in that really helps to erode the clouds. So we're stuck with what we've got. We've got a system off to the northeast. This is spreading moisture. You can't really see it, but it's enough to kick off some lake effect snow showers and flurries. We've seen those minor accumulations at night out in the snow belt. Not expecting a whole lot tonight, just a couple flurries. We may kick off a few more snow showers, and you can see I've got the radar really looking for snow. We've got flurries right now from the Willoughby area out towards the Heights out in eastern Cuyahoga County. But temperatures stay steady tonight. The clouds, they're not going anywhere. Tomorrow, pretty much a carbon copy of today. Few less snowflakes around. We have clouds in the morning, couple snow flurries out east, and then that continues. Temperatures tomorrow still in the low 30s, much like we've been. We'll continue with the flurry chances on Wednesday morning before we may peak out a little bit of sunshine on into the afternoon. But let's talk the weekend system. So we go quiet midweek, watch a system down to the south Wednesday, Thursday. But this weekend, models agreeing that a system comes together, forms a big old storm system off the East Coast. Looks to be off the East Coast, so our impacts could be some rain and snow on Saturday. Something to keep an eye on, though, in the forecast as we turn more active after that. Universal Windows Direct 7-day forecast. Yep, ho-hum weather next couple days. Clouds, a little bit of sunshine, mid-30s, but then this weekend we start to warm up with some rain, snow, perhaps snow on Sunday, and then a big old warm up to start next week, guys.
All right, that works. Consistent. That's my weather word.
Right.
Consistent. Bowling Green State University, a place that's very special to both Betsy and myself. We both graduated from there. I can't believe they let me out with a degree. We both got our start really in the TV business right there in their School of Media and Communications.
That's right. Our friend Mike Polk decided to pay a visit to campus to see what makes it so special to us. And Mike, you've been out there partying down with Freddie and Frida, and we're just wondering what else you have up your sleeve.
Well, I'm trying not to creep out any college kids. That's been a big part of the day, obviously.
That dance was really helping.
But I've also I've had a nice time. I've had a nice time wandering around your old stamping or stomping grounds, depending on which you grammatically prefer. And I met some people who think very fondly of you, Betsy, and some people who also remember Jay. Why don't you guys take a look right now? Woo! What's new?
Sir, thanks so much for sitting down with me. It's great to be here. Welcome to Bowling Green.
We have two of your alumni starting a show at 5 p.m. Betsy Kling and Jay Crawford, both Bowling Green alumni. What does that say about the university?
We are just so excited to have two Falcons anchoring your new show. I think Betsy and Jay will be terrific. What has struck me about Jay is his can-do kind of attitude of let's try things. Let's see what might work or what might not work. And I'm sure Betsy has a similar philosophy. That is part of what we try to instill in all of our students.
All right, well, go Falcons.
Go Falcons.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. There it is, folks, the great seal of Bowling Green. I've been told it's good luck to walk to the right of it, bad luck to walk to the left. I just gave what's new good luck for the years to come. You're welcome. A lot of equipment in here, as you can see, is far more advanced than what we work with at Channel 3 somehow. This is the program that kicked out Betsy and Jay, this journalism school. Although, again, the equipment is totally different. They learned on much older equipment. Just to honor you, I'm just gonna put a couple up here just for people to remember. Back in olden times when Jay was here, he had a sports show. And now you'll always be remembered until someone takes this down next week. Well, here we are, literally Jay's old dorm room. This is my impression of Jay's roommate all night long. Would you please just stop talking? I have class. I don't care who the Bears are gonna take in the draft. How are you so positive all the time?
Yes! Yes!
Thank you for sitting down with me. Appreciate it. You were an advisor and teacher in the department when Betsy was here.
Betsy was always very driven. She didn't suffer fools gladly.
Yeah, she's stuck with that philosophy, I've found. Well, that was a fun little walk down memory lane. We are ending things here at a pizza parlor that Betsy actually used to work at. They still have the same oven and everything, and just in the spirit of generosity to celebrate. You guys, Betsy Kling and Jay Crawford are picking up your meal. Congratulations. There you go.
It's worth it.
You did that for them. That's very sweet. Jay, I stole your credit card.
Yeah, there we
Oh,
are.
that mullet.
You gotta love that mullet.
Woo!
I mean, look, if you're gonna rock it, you gotta
Solid
own
mullet.
it.
Wow. That was big time owning it, certainly. All right, Mike, my big question to you is now, don't you wish you would have gone to BG?
Of course, and you'll be happy to know that I'm going to stop by the bursar's office and see if I still have student loan eligibility after this.
It could happen.
I might come here for a couple of years.
Just put it on my credit
get a
card,
degree
Mike.
in this job I work at. I will. Why not? I still have it.
Go
But
ahead.
sincerely, if I could chance a moment of sincerity, congratulations to both of you. It's very cool. You guys, this place is just 2 hours away, and a lot of these people actually knew who you were, and they get Cleveland TV and stuff like that.
Wow.
Other people are just excited that two alumni from Bowling Green have something cool going on right down the street. So congratulations to you guys. And before we go, you guys ready? Kick it!
Hey, roll along, you busy word. Roll along, it's right for BGSU.
Still gets me in the feels.
Back to you guys. Congratulations.
You're the best, Mike.
Oh
You're the
my gosh,
best.
that was hysterical.
By the way, you haven't aged one day. That picture looked like it was taken yesterday, for crying out loud.
That's what I look like all the time. We'll be right back.
And I'll be positive when we come back.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be talking. Today is Mentor Monday, and as many of you know, going to college is a huge adjustment for kids, as you probably just saw from Jay and I. That's why College Now of Greater Cleveland pairs new students with mentors, and WKYC Studios is a media partner in the mission.
And we're looking for mentors again. So Russ Mitchell asked first-year mentors to share their experience.
The hustle and bustle of college. Classes here, classes there. Homework, And yes, even parties can leave a new student's head spinning. That's where mentors can help. They've been there.
The goal for me is to be a support person for her when she needs it, and to be able to provide advice or help where she needs it.
I saw it as an opportunity to help somebody, and she saw it as an opportunity to get some help.
So it's great to have someone to either hold your hand or just be there next to you.
Cleveland Schools employees Tamara Clemens, Dr. Yvette Brown, and Shawana Anekwe all answered CEO Eric Gordon's call last year to become mentors. Mentors are required for Cleveland students who get free college tuition scholarships from Say Yes to Education. Shawana was paired with Amira, who's studying early childhood education at Cleveland State.
She didn't hesitate to offer her classroom to me if I needed help.
I'm very proud of her for a couple of reasons, but one that really sticks out to me right now, I'm smiling because she managed to find a $125 book for $25. I love her.
The process to mentor is easy. Sign up on College Now's website. You'll be matched with a student. Then it's just 2 emails a month and 3 meetings a year. College Now even provides the dialogue.
Then they send you prompts, and you can answer those prompts to start the conversation.
There's also, just texting, there's FaceTime.
In the end, the goal is to know your mentee walked across the graduation stage, and you played a part in that.
What an incredible honor to get to play a part in that. And you signed up with College Now just last year.
Yeah,
Who
exactly.
are you paired up with?
I am paired up with a young man named Mario Wilson. Mario goes to Colorado College in Colorado Springs. A smart young man. He is studying medicine. I think he got the short end of the straw by getting me as a mentor.
We don't. He did just fine on that.
Well, you're nice, Jay. But we've had a great experience. We communicate at least twice a month on the College Now website. We text. I saw him over the holidays.
Wow.
He's doing great, but it's very rewarding. Not just, I hope it's rewarding for him.
Yeah.
It's rewarding for me because I get to spend some time with this kid and hopefully guide him as he moves forward. So it's a lot of fun. I encourage everybody to sign up. As we were saying, it's really easy.
It's too easy not to do it.
Oh, yeah. It's a wonderful experience. We'll have more at 7 o'clock, at 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock, and 11 as well.
It's Mentor Monday.
It is.
Take advantage and
Thanks,
celebrate.
Russ.
That's right. You're welcome.
We'll see you in just a couple of minutes.
Sure.
What Matters Most starts at 6 o'clock. We'll wrap up What's New right after this.